about that? It's zero. And I know people gonna feel away. Listen, all I do is give y'all facts. So you come back to me when you don't get that check and say, Jasmine, you were right. Just like y'all want to get out there and say all kinds of, other stuff. But come back, because you're getting zero. I know these people. I work with these people. These people is not about this life, and they don't care about you.
Mayor Johnston, coming back to you, how much did your city spend on illegal immigration? Do you have a round number?
Over the last couple of years on all newcomers, whatever their status was, it's around $79 million since 2022.
$79 million. Mayor Johnson, Chicago. How much has the city of Chicago spent on illegal immigration?
If you're referring to the 2022 up to 2024 of the buses coming from Texas, roughly the same percentage of the state of Texas, about 1% of our overall budget.
What is that? Because we don't have the city's budget in front of me. Numbers.
It's 1%, and if you want the actual calculation, we can make sure someone...
You're the mayor. You don't have the math in front of you?
It's 1% of the overall budget over the last 4 years.
That's why you're a failing
which
mayor.
is
Mayor
the same
Adams,
number that was sent from us.
How much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration? Mayor Johnson, I already asked you. You don't have a hard number. And if you don't have a hard number, you're not running your city well. Mayor Adams, how much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
$6.9 billion of taxpayers'
$6.9 billion of taxpayer money on a problem that was fostered on the American people. Mayor Wu, in the city of Boston, how much did you spend?
We don't ask about immigration status and delivering city
services. You don't
services,
ask
so
about how much money the city of Boston has spent on illegal immigration? Are you out of your mind?
We don't distinguish between immigration status.
Do you manage your budget or not, Mayor Wu?
That is how we keep our city safe.
Mayor Wu, do you manage your budget or not?
We have the numbers to prove it. I manage my budget. I have a AAA bond rating dating back 10 years.
So to the city of Boston,
budget.
just understand that your mayor does not care how much of your resources she has spent on people who are not citizens
the city of Boston.
The city of
is
Boston.
sick of having people outside Boston telling us what
Mr. Bear, I have a question for you because I understand Cato's perspective when it comes to illegal immigration. I understand that the Cato Institute for a long time has had a standard of actually having open immigration into the United States. Generally speaking, I don't want to get into specifics.
We support legal immigration. We want immigration to be legal.
So let me ask you this question, because one of the great libertarians of the modern era, Milton Friedman, famously said, you can either have open borders or a welfare state, but you have to choose. Mr. Beer, what do you choose?
Milton Friedman said he wanted to allow illegal immigration to continue. I disagree with Milton Friedman's position on that. We should have legal immigration and build a wall around the welfare state, not around the country. That's in the best interest of taxpayers.
And I would argue that under the current system where you have sanctuary cities popping up, it is not possible to build that wall. So America has to choose. Mr. Beer, you're done. America has to choose between securing our nation or protecting the taxpayer. I choose secure the nation. I yield back.
All right. Welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially. And this is the midweek report live live and direct. So hopefully everybody is doing well on this Wednesday evening. You know, wherever you are tuning in from right now, please hit that like button, share this out on your social media if you would. Also, if you have not already subscribed to this channel, or if you're new here, or if you're watching on X, make sure you come over here to the Beatzilla PDX official channel on YouTube and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded or premieres. Also, if you would like to support this channel even more, you can do so by hitting the join button and becoming a member. And when you become a member, then there will be videos that before they air for the general public, then they will be in most will be in the members area. Some will just, they might just drop because of the timing. But for the most part, they'll be in the members area. And then, of course, stuff that's in the members area only that will never be back for the public. So you have to be in those paid areas to get it. So thank you and salute to all of the members of this channel. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon all of you. And thank you, everybody who is tuning in right now. Salute to all of you, Black First. So we do something here at this channel. We greet our members, or we greet the subscribers of this channel, or, well, you have to be a subscriber of this channel to chime in on this chat. This does not, it looks like it is not transporting the Twitter or X feed, rather, for the chat. So if you're on X in the chat, I can't see it, but have at it. You will have to come over here if you would want your chat seen. But, you know, if not, then, you know, you stay content with watching on X, and hope you enjoy. With that being said, see what we got here. Black Spider in the house. Good evening. Good evening. Shout out to you, my I-5 compadre. Salute to you and yours. Thank you so much. And also thank you for being a member, and thank you for your Cash App donation as well. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on each and every one of you and yours, of your lovely family over there. So thank you so much. I wanted to make sure I shouted that out. Crew Reality FBA Grand Niggas in the building. What is going on? Black First, my good brother. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a member. And we got RBJ in the building, Black First fam from South Carolina. Yes, indeed. Salute to you, my good brother. Thank you for being here. Priscilla Taylor in the building. Jersey City is here. B1. Thank you for being here, my good sister, Black First. Samuel Logan in the building from Phoenix, Black First. We almost moved to Phoenix. Yeah, we almost, Chandler. So we almost moved to Chandler. But yeah, salute to you, Samuel Logan. I don't know if we were quite ready for such a weather change, drastic like that, going from the Northwest to the desert. But you know, I think, you know, who knows? As things happen, you never know what might end up taking us down that way. Stranger things have happened. You know how that goes. Let's see. We got this. Okay, so that is there. We'll make sure everything is working. All right, one who cares in the building. Good evening. Good to see you in the building. Thank you for being here, my good sister. Black First. And Church of Black Power. Welcome, welcome, my good brother. Always a pleasure to have you in the building. Salute to you, and thank you for being a member. Appreciate it. And we have Mark Anthony 81. Great. Good evening. Thank you, my good brother. Oh, yes. And checking in from Los Angeles by way of Muskegon, Michigan. Oh, okay, man. Salute to you. Thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate it. Black First. Rhonda Smith in the building. Good evening. Sending spending the final hours of rest of my birthday watching your broadcast. Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Happy birthday to you. And always thank you for being here and thank you for being a member. Yeah, yes, indeed. Salute to you. So y'all give her some birthday love. Rhonda Smith has made another year around the sun, as they say. For the, you made another rotation. So, yeah, it's always good because as we see, rest in peace with our sister Angie Stone, and we're hearing Brother Dwayne Wiggins is kind of in failing health. So, every day is a blessing. So, like they say, every day above ground is a blessing. So, praise the Most High for your being here today. We got our good brother, dark-skinned brother in the building. What's going on? Shalom. Yes, indeed. Deep South Mississippi. Yes, indeed, man. Our good brother from the country out there, dark-skinned brother. Always a pleasure to have you in the building. Thank you for being here, being a moderator, and, of course, being a member and supporter of this channel. Appreciate you, my good brother. DSM Sinister in the building, flying into the chat now. And those other folks will be on the plane headed out. You already know. Thank you for being here as well, man. And we got some shout outs. Rhonda saying thank you. One Who Cares giving us some love. Church of Black Power giving us some love. Yes, indeed. Roy Ayers is gone. What? Really? Oh, man. Is that what that notification was? Hold on. Because I had to like skip past the notification real quick. And I seen his face, but I was trying to get this because of course I had an update because I was going live. Go figure. Wow, yeah, sure did. His face came right up. I didn't even see it. Damn. So Roy Ayers, from Everybody Loves Sunshine, and he actually did the theme song of the movie Coffee, if you guys familiar with Pam Grier's Coffee, Black exploitation movie. Coffee is the color. Do. Yeah. Damn. So at 84 years old, we have lost Roy Ayers today. Damn. Thank you, Mark Anthony. Good catch, brother. I appreciate that. Man. Well, salute and condolences to that brother's family. Lost another great. Man. Wow. Man, boy, this has been a doozy of a season of our childhood greats making their transitions, haven't it? He passed yesterday. Okay. Wow, man. You said he was just typing that. Man, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Jeez. All right. Things is, I say, man, tomorrow is not promised. Man. All right. And he was still performing. Yeah. That's I'm like, really? Wow. 2024 and 25, man, have been a beast. Jeez. Sylvester Turner. Yeah, also longtime mayor of Houston. Recently, he just also passed. So it's, and it's very interesting when we think about that. And I guess that kind of plays into what we're talking about tonight. Are the Democrats done? Because to me, it is giving the appearance that they're stuck. They are absolutely stuck. We've watched Donald Trump deal with Zelensky. We watched And that conversation in itself, I think for people don't do them a good do themselves a good service at all by not watching that video of what actually happened. Matter of fact, do I have that? Because the media will give you such a weird spin, and what they like doing is getting away from what actually happened. And I'm glad I got a chance to see what actually happened, because they G-checked the hell out of out of Zelensky. And right so, that dude been coming over here getting money. And this goes to show you people that are telling us that Kamala Harris was better. I mean, because Incoherent Joe and them, y'all understand how much money we've been giving Ukraine? And for the life of me, when you start thinking about how much money we came and how proud this dude been coming over here, and he's so in his mind about the previous arrangement that he's talking to them crazy. Like, Now think about this. What are we talking about? Hunter Biden's laptops. Now these pardons for Joe Biden's family make a little more sense. As Doge is making their rounds, oh, these pardons are making a lot more sense, ain't they? Yeah, because there's some major questions about where's the money. Kerman Wingfield, what's going on, my good brother? Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. You know, there's some serious church questions about where is the money at. First off, let's ask this first question, because where the hell is IRS? And this is the thing with Social Security and all of this. When it comes down to the IRS, why is nobody really thoroughly? Well, maybe they are, and maybe they've already examined all of Kamala's funds, and I guess to an extent, they're showing you where the money went to these other companies. I guess their function has been thoroughly vetted. I would venture to guess that has been examined just to make sure there's no funny business there. Because a campaign and all of these random people who are getting paid from this campaign, for all intents and purposes, it's a great way to launder money. It's a great way to launder money, actually, right? Hide it right in front of people's faces, so nobody thinks anything of it. I guess you had to do something different this year, because getting $90 million off the death of George Floyd wasn't going to be applicable this time around. So they had to do something different. And they did. Faith Speaks Life. Oh, man. Faith Speaks Life. Thank you so much. Faith Speaks Life. And this, she gave a shout out to and salute to you for your CashApp donation. I greatly appreciate it. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. And also, thank you for being a member. Now, let me add to this the note that she just gave. She just gave this, matching our good brother, dark-skinned brother, with all of the gifted memberships that our brother has given on this channel. And again, thank each and every one of y'all. You members, dark-skinned brother, Faith Speaks Life, Black Spider, the Church of Black Power, Cyberdyne 100, just to name a few. Thank y'all for your support of this channel. I greatly appreciate it. And for everybody who supports this channel, I really appreciate it, and want to give you your props. And so also wanted to make sure I forwarded the shout out to our good brother, dark-skinned brother, for supporting people and gifting memberships to this channel and bringing more eyes and ears and spirits to this space of truth. And that's all I got for you. Got the pure unadulterated truth. We don't spend our time messing around here. We give it to you. We give it to you how it is. Now, let me see. Where do I want to start? Okay, let me first start. Let me back up. Did anybody catch Zelensky when he made mention that our children would need to be our children would have to fight in their war? I think people might have gone unnoticed. And then the reason why he got checked in that White House. And I don't think people understand it. Like, no, he got checked for a reason. And I know people just want to make he's the bully in chief and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, slow your roll. There's more of a reason on why he had to get at him. So yeah, okay, and I'm gonna get into that too. But where's that at? Let me get this in here for y'all. I figured tonight this is gonna be a little longer, so that's why we're a little early, and not sure how long we're gonna be because it's gonna be as long as we need to get through what I need to get through, because mainstream media ain't gonna walk you through all of this that they keep trying to hide, and a lot of it is in plain sight. But let's just keep it a buck. A lot of people don't spend a lot of time watching C-SPAN, so they hear things in clips and whatnot, and then especially last night. Last night was a very huge telling thing for me to see how, number one, Roland Martin and all of them and Angela Rye, all of them did the 24-hour, I guess, kind of like the thing they did for Kamala, and had some big Zoom meeting to be like counter programming, I guess. Counter programming to a presidential address. You have Black-owned media and an opportunity to cover this event from a position. But here's the problem of why we complain about the tether so much. Okay. This is why we complain about the tether so much. Their nature of fleeing was on display last night. And they think it's a show of strength. And this, again, just demonstrates why we are so utterly different. Because I'm going to get up and walk out. We ain't going to watch. We ain't going to watch. He's the president of the United States. If you consider Trump your enemy, how on earth do you miss his address? Because again, as Black-owned media, shouldn't you be covering this? He is the president of the United States, is he not? And he's going to be for the next 3.5 something or almost 4 years. Seems to me this is the time to hear what he has to say. If you feel it's something that you actually can combat, then you come up with the game plan and also your tactic of strategy of reconnecting to the base that you clearly are losing. There's no Democrats that I think want to do that. And here's another thing that Democrats, and if there's any Democrat shills out there that would like to come up and maybe, if you feel that what I'm saying in this position is wrong, then I am going to open this up and allow you to come in here. If you are an avid Democrat supporter, I will offer you to come in here, because what I want to know, if the man tell you 1,000 times he ain't cutting Medicare, What Doge is doing with Social Security is cutting the wasteful spending. Cutting wasteful spending isn't cutting necessary things. We keep hearing these convoluted messages, but that's because of that feared hype train of the Trump delusionment promoters, Democrat DNC party. This is what they do, and they have their minions come out here and pump their fear-mongering tactics all up in your ears. Now, what's funny is what I'm hearing now, even from Jamal Bryant and even some of these others. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to come out from both parties, and we need to establish our own position. Hey, Boulay, glad you could finally catch up. Then spend all your rest of your days combating this message. And how many of these people that you have around me that I've grown up with that are hanging around with y'all? It's amazing. And boy, oh boy, do I feel the hate. I guess some people are upset that they didn't get to ride into the White House with Kamala. Freaking frauds. And boy, let me tell you something. Boy, these folks around here be biting their tongues watching all of this. And right now, let me tell you something. Before I even get to Zelensky, let me tell you something about if you local people are watching, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ain't giving a damn about black politics because you've had your head so far up there for so long that what I was saying, oh no, it can never be. Why don't you do something? Why don't you do something? Why don't you do something? Now y'all sitting up here crying about, man, and when these programs be getting took. It's funny how people always try to talk about politics, but they don't be there. I'm gonna tell you one thing that the grassroots over here do have, and that's influence. See, and I ain't gonna even go down that in that road, but I'm gonna just say, if you guys, especially locally, you ain't never supported anything that I'm talking about over here. So let's not act like you for black folks. You're for black partying. So next time in the next event that comes up that you can go listen to a DJ spin some music, go get your feel. But this over here is about something a little more serious, not housewives. And this is not for your entertainment. Might not be what you want to do. Here's the other part that you have to actually get over, though. You're not as talented as me on one side or this side. And that ain't never going to change. Get over it. I could go wreck your stage any moment I want to. And I can do this when I want to. And because you haven't been dedicated to anything in your life other than being a hater, that is why now, 30 years later, all you could do is take subs at me because you're still upset that you're not me, which I don't even understand all the hell I've went through, why you'd want to be that in the first place. But that is more of indicative of a real truth about yourself. You're not happy with you. Don't act like it's my words. There should be nothing I could say, considering how you don't support anything I do. There shouldn't be anything that I could ever say that should ruffle so many feathers. How many of you people thought that you was really finna get jobs for the damn DNC? These people don't rock with you. But I guess you had to figure that out the hard way. Well, back to business. Back to the parties. Some of these people try to come armchair activists around 2022. We're out here doing the work. News out there working for the Democrats. Let's keep it a buck. Like I said, this place out here is saturated with boule. It's like the Boule satellite. We got a whole what they you could basically call that what Benson High School. That is the Boule factory. That's the Boule factory, the PIL. Jack and Jill all the way. People are like, why don't you don't want your kids in there? Hell no. Because then all that I would be is maybe a preaching bootlick. No. That's why half these people ain't happy. And the other part of y'all is y'all been chasing a myth. And y'all been chasing acceptance. And I've always been proud of myself. I don't understand it. Y'all need to get some happiness in your lives. Seek out some joy. Because I mean, hell, look at this. Out of all the black stuff that you've known me to always talk, I actually got in a situation to defend myself against this white supremacist. Had to stop him, and went and got prosecuted for being black and not losing. While this man literally admitted to the police that he attacked me from behind with pepper spray. He didn't succeed, so I had to go to prison because that's how the law works. And I went there and you saw me separated from my wife, separated from our family, all because of this. And I'm still happier than you. Life must really suck. Anyway, back to the Beatzilla PDX official show that you're watching as a hater. So the rest of it, they not just had to do that real quick, family, because there's a few of these people out here that, Black Spider, you up there from Seattle. Where's Angela Rye from? Pacific Northwest is a Boule hub, y'all. Let me tell you something. Oh, also something that's popular out here that we also will see is the caste system in the Indian community. We do see that out here. Oh, most definitely. And they, especially in Washington, they don't let them play. Do you understand? Indians within their own community are allowed to legally discriminate. Legally, it's part of whatever they get coming here. They can legally say, oh, no, that's a low class one. Oh, they do top. So you better, man, people are coming, oh, Kamala's black. We see these people every day. She ain't black. Literally. My wife used to work for Adidas. You gonna tell me that anybody that's from Portland that didn't work anywhere around Adidas or that Montgomery Park, especially, got a building full of Indian engineers. As a matter of fact, majority of the people you're going to see out of Montgomery Park is Indian. Get your ass out. We know the difference between them and black people. Here's what's so funny, too, because Adidas sits in the north. That's technically the black neighborhood. Well, used to be, till it was overly gentrified. But needless to say, Adidas headquarters is the old hospital of where I was born, in the hood. So, trust me, black folks here are that's what's so shameful with these black folks here. Kamala's black and a black woman. You know good and damn well she ain't black. And you don't even rock with these Indians. For those of you who went to Ockley Green, if Kamala's black, so is Swatika. She darker than Kamala. I mean, I'm talking about middle school. Well, let's not play these games, man. So that's just in my little neck of the woods. Don't let these folks fool you like, oh, yeah, y'all making up lies that she ain't black. She's not. Now, I know about being crew A. I say I know about being prosecuted for standing on FBA business. Man. Oh, this family right now that Thanksgiving. And so as far as on my mother's side, oh no, that's the people, you know, they all of this blackness, that's too much for them. Blackity black. Oh, no. I'm not black. I'm American. That's another thing of knowing, man, that's kinfolk. Would I say, oh, I want them as, just because they black, I won't put them in a position? Oh, no. You better get you somebody to look in that mirror and like what they see. Anyway, we getting back to Zelensky. Let's hear what Zelensky told America.
The U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war, and they will have to fight because it's nature that we're talking about, and they will be dying.
Hey, Zelensky. Bullshit. I ain't sending my kid over to Ukraine for nothing. My children got flat feet anyway, but nope. Got the king's disease. Your kids will have to go over there. What is wrong with this guy? No. And see, this is for all those people who are like, man, I feel so disgraced about the way Trump was talking to Zelensky. You really think I'm not finna let no man come in my area talking about my children gonna be fighting his war? What's wrong with you? These people just be rolling over. Let somebody come in your house and talk to you crazy like that. You out your mind, man. You out your mind. And this is what we're gonna have. So let's hear take serious. Any Democrats off up in here, you want to come and tell us how wrong we are here? Let me get you this link here. And this, if you are pro-Democrat, this link is for you. If you are pro-Democrat, hit that link. Hit that link. Now, let's hear what actually happened, because they're not reporting all of what actually happened. And some of you might not have seen. Some of you, all of you should have seen by now, but maybe you haven't. So let's take a look.
This war would have been over.
Let's hear this. Okay, let's go back here. Back up.
Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country.
Let me back up a little bit.
We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
let me back up.
A lot of conversation.
There we go.
President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2015.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people are been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel. We signed ceasefire. ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean. Don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
You see what this Democrat Party and agenda has done to these people? Do you see? They feel so comfortable to come in our house and tell us what's what. Now, as I go through this, I do have a brother that just popped up here. He's not a Democrat lover, but here's one of our fellow voices of new black media. Yes, indeed. Y'all welcome Brother Kid Gravity to the stage. Kid Gravity, what's going on, my good brother?
Привет.
Let's see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Привет.
It has been a minute.
Hello, sir. Привет.
Let me see.
Where is my money?
See, привет.
Where is my money? You Americans, you owed me money. That $4 billion is not enough. I want my money. Or I will bring Ukrainian women over and we will do ballet all over your rose garden. I want my money.
Oh man. Yes, sir. So let me go ahead and give this a little more run, and I'm gonna get your take on this.
Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No. In this entire meeting, you said thank you. You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Kid Gravity, what do you got to say on this, brother?
Yet, I do not say thank you for nothing. Give me my money. This is exactly what everybody wanted. You wanted him there, great. Trump embarrassed him, great. It's not my fault that I watched Trump embarrass Luka Doncic in his house. It didn't mean nothing to me. I saw a white supremacist temper tantrum. That's what I saw.
I agree.
I could care less.
I agree. Definitely agree. Now, with the way that he actually came in and approached it, do you think that his attitude that he came in there with has kind of been buffered by or shall I say inflated by his relationship with the Bidens?
Well, he can't even get Biden on the phone now. But I mean,
clearly
he could easily just go down to First and East Capitol Street and go to the Democrat side, and they gonna love on him, you know, while he's pirouetting through the hallways. I'm just saying. But we saw what happened as soon as he went back home. He went to go see all the EU leaders, and they were like, "Yeah, we staying with you, except Italy." Italy said, "Great, you know, we'll help you where we can, but troops now, you good. Figure this out."
Yeah, man. And you know, the other thing too is they didn't give him any money. He went over there and got a loan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's really interesting that the way that whole thing played out. Now, the way that the media has tried to spin that, well, I say the mainstream media, they are making it seem that this was more of a bully thing, and it to me, it just came off because realistically, I would any leader, whether it's Democrat or Republican, I would not want to see them just sit there and let another person who's taken this much money from this country just come in there talking willy-nilly. I would like to see them checked, but of course, because it's coming from Trump, a lot of these people just hate it. But what do you think about that?
It's your bed. You got to sleep in it. That's the best I can describe it. This is y'all's problem. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm worried about that hole in Chernobyl right now. That's what I'm worried about.
Man. Yeah, I remember when that whole thing, when Chernobyl blew up, because we're on the West Coast, so
yeah,
we had acid rain.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, man. It was really crazy.
I'm sure it was.
But
and then they tried to lie about it. That was the best part of the whole deal. They tried to lie about it.
Oh man. Yo. And I was young, man, but you know, it was a big deal. And also because there was a few things that happened around that time. And it's all actually around energy, because we had that, and then we also had the ship. What is it? The Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
So Chernobyl blew,
Valdez.
And then that affected you. There we go. And then that out there just janked our water all up. We used to have an oyster, like an oyster industry here. That's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That is gone.
But
man, before I let you go, man,
bricks, if Trump keep playing with bricks, we are going to be gone.
You know, that's interesting. Go ahead and speak on that a little bit, brother.
Well, for the global South, what everybody likes to affectionately call for bricks, they're taking over right now, and this man don't know how to play games with them. They're like, listen, he talking about all these tariffs. They're like, great, do it. We'll just do it back on you. And then he backs off. I mean, he put them tariffs on yesterday, and now today he backed off of them. He doesn't know how to move in this post-pandemic world, and starting to show.
Right.
Consumer confidence is not there. Luckily, he backed off on it, so the markets rallied. But yesterday, they all went in the red. The spring and the summer is going to be fun.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very interesting. And for those of you who are watching the stock market, keep close watch.
Very close. Well, I'm going to sleep.
Because things are changing by the moment.
Yes, sir.
Man. All right, brother. Well, hey, man, thank you for coming up, man. Appreciate it. Always good to hear your voice. Good, brother.
Yes, you too, sir.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, I'll be hollering at you, my good brother. Kid Gravity Beyond, y'all. Now, we have that link up at the top. Any Democrat shills or Democrat fans want to win? Definitely. But in the meantime, we're still going to continue on. So I'm gonna go here. Go here real quick. This was interesting. Stephen A. Smith.
Now you see why Stephen A. Smith was in the polls as a presidential candidate? You talk about something, people being tone deaf. Why the hell would 22 Democratic senators be literally echoing the same thing that would resonate with the American people? All it shows is that the same fabric of our democracy is unchanging in the eyes of some of these officials, and as a result, the constituency they represent, which is why Donald Trump is in office. What, do I have to come up to Capitol Hill and give you lessons? Seriously, you don't get it? All you did, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Chuck Schumer, let's all get together. Let's put this in a prompter and all together, same damn thing. And that's what's going to resonate with the American people. And then you wonder why you're no longer in power. You wonder why Trump is in the White House.
I would have to absolutely agree with that. Cass, if y'all remember, I told y'all now would be a good time to start moving your political affiliation to independent. We've, for those who are still registered as Democrats, even if you didn't vote, you most definitely spoke loudly enough in this last election. But it moving into the space of independence, I feel personally that would be the best avenue for folks like Friedman, especially. But even those who are politically aligned with us as well. Because here's another thing. Being independent makes people have to go after these agendas. Having just a in base for so long has created an environment to where people are comfortable with our economic deprivation and then using us to propel their situation. And with that, we need to most definitely put that to bed. So one way I feel, now you may not agree, but I believe that changing one's political affiliation would also set off an alarm that Black America is tired of being taken for granted. We are a voter bloc that gets chastised. We get shamed. We get insulted. And we're not getting anything for our benefit, yet we're watching all of these other groups take so much money. And then to have these people complaining about, well, he's cutting Medicaid, he's cutting Medicare. That may be true. Well, no, it's not. He's not cutting those. Now, if he's cutting wasteful spending, I'm not hearing any of the talking heads coming out talking about today. That would be the one thing left out. But in the mind of right.
I also signed an executive.
Let me get up here.
The egg price is out of control.
Okay, let me get up here.
The most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill. Also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline. So the permitting is gotten. Further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but we'll be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars. And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. Go. Perhaps
Get
you heard
into
it.
this.
Perhaps.
I have the Church of Black Power coming in. Now I know you're not for the Democrats, but I'm gonna bring you up though. What's going on, Church of Black Power? What's going on, brother?
How you doing, brother?
That's all good.
Blessings to you, brother. You have my utmost apology for not being a Democrat, but
oh, it's all right. It's all right.
I just wanted to say real quick, that whole situation with the Zelensky and Trump situation there, right? That situation could have been more peaceful than it was supposed to be because of the fact that Zelensky and Trump had already agreed to the terms. So Zelensky was just supposed to come there and actually sign the document. The problem came in that nobody knew about. Apparently, he went and had a secret meeting with Chuck Schumer 2 hours before he went and sat with Donald Trump. And he told Chuck Schumer that he didn't like the deal. And Schumer advised him not to take the deal. So when he goes into 2 hours later, now he's sitting in a room with Trump and he's standoffish. And he's being disrespectful. He's doing all the things of a person who's entitled because of the fact that the Democratic Party, they gave him that entitlement. But I wanted to drop that little bit of information right there, family, because everybody knows that every president, there's a carrot, there's a stick. You can walk soft with a big stick, or you can just hand them a carrot. If they don't take the carrot, you're supposed to be waving that stick. That's what any leader, president would do for their country, period, point and blank. And you would never let another country come into your country and talk to you like you're beneath them. Go to China trying to do that.
Fact.
Go to Russia trying to do that. Go to, really, only place you can probably do it is Africa. And that's because a lot of these African nations, you know already. But I'll land there, family. Thank you for having me up, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you for your contribution and that information, man. Because that's news I did not know, and you know, it wouldn't surprise. It doesn't surprise me at all because, of course, the Democrats would be trying to throw any kind of monkey wrench in the mix, and it's interesting that it would cause such a that energy, because now that definitely explains the energy that he went in there with, and then plus with his previous relationship with the Democrats, that obviously his entitlement, he was really juiced after leaving that little secret meeting. So yeah, I most definitely could see that. Most definitely. That is a extremely plausible situation. Now, with that being said, let's hear a lot of what they don't want you to hear about what Doge found.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight. Thank you, Elon. Even this side appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of what free housing and cuts for illegal aliens. $40 million for could include scholarships in Burma.
That right there is a problem. Now, if you turn on the TV and listen to all the Democrats and all that stuff they talking, see, one of the reasons why I really wanted to go into this tonight is because of the things that are taking place in my own city. I can tell you there is probably a deficit in you guys' towns. It might not be as drastic as ours is, but man, that Democrat agenda tore this place up. Just to deal with our homeless crisis right now, they're at $100 million short deficit. Coincidentally, out of nowhere, a new administration, and bam, all of a sudden, wow, the schools are, wow, we misadjusted when we were calculating and forecasting the money that we needed, and man, we're 40 million short. All of a sudden, Trump got into office. Wow, man. Well, we must have made a mistake somewhere, man. Man, we're going to have to start cutting jobs. Now, I see this an awful lot. Hey, I didn't even see this. So now it makes sense to what she said earlier. So again, shout out and salute to my good brother, dark-skinned brother, for the gifting 10 memberships to the family. So salute to him and welcome to the new members. Make sure you give a shout out to our good brother, dark-skinned brother. He put you in the mix over here, and welcome. And peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours, good brother. Thank you once again for all that you do for this channel. I appreciate it. Man, you said they're not really feeling Elon. However, they stuck with him but he's still an outsider. And you see, obviously, they treat him that way. That's why when I hear people, it's very, again, being from Portland, Oregon, and just knowing these people, how we know these folks. Why on earth do any Democrat, why would they keep going out there saying Elon Musk runs Donald Trump? You've been in America long enough to know better than that. You think somebody is telling this guy what to do? He needs Elon so much, but it was his children that whipped all of that money that you had and all of those talking heads and celebrities that you had. And all it took was for his children to kick your ass? What are you talking about? These people are nuts. Now let's hear some more of this money that we've been just wasting.
$40 million to improve the social and economic condition of migrants. Nobody knows what that is.
What is that?
$8 million LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million.
Lesotho, that is around the vicinity of South Africa.
$10 for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million.
$60 million for Afro-Colombian empowerment in Colombia. For those of you who watch maybe watch videos of different countries and different places, there's a few people that actually tend to travel around South America. One dude who has a YouTube channel, I think his name is Ace. Ace is always in South America. He's often in Colombia. Where is this $63 million supposed to be going to the Afro-Colombian empowerment? Where's that 63 million showing up? Where's the evidence in Colombia? Is it with the prostitutes on the street? Or is it, because if you look at any of these videos in Colombia, $63 million for Afro empowerment in Colombia? I guess that Afro empowerment probably is turning up somewhere around Cartagena. $63 million. That's a lot of bricks. That's a lot of empowerment. We're going to spend $63 million in Colombia. I wonder what that's for. Hunter Biden. 63 million for something that there is zero evidence of in Colombia. There are recent videos of people in Colombia. There is no $63 million worth of Afro empowerment visible anywhere around now. Somebody lying. And just like Maxine Waters, we don't know what they have on us. What about Black empowerment here in America? $63 million sure is nice little help. Cold on Lesotho. It's a mountainous country surrounded by South Africa. Yes, indeed. That's freaking hilarious. $63 million under the Biden administration. Come on now. Hey, taxpayers, you could have possibly, quite possibly, been funding a major narcotic habit. I'm just saying.
$8 million for making mice transgender.
Oh, and let me correct that. Technically not transgender. It's trans something. So it's actually something that's going to mice, not making them not with the sex, but it is trying to do something trans something, but not of the gender nature. So just wanted to give that disclaimer. Fact checkers. Let's keep going.
This is real. $32 million for a left propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program.
How much money for Black-owned media? And again, Roland Martin, I got to tell you, bro. Hey, man, how you let that little dude get all of that money? He got $2.5 million, and they broke you off with $500,000. You got the black-owned network, black-owned news, black-owned business, black-owned media. And this dude got a damn TikTok. We up there on Capitol Hill with him last night. While you're on TV, he's in the room. Now, we've been telling y'all that these dudes were shields, but too loud and too wrong. How the hell does he get $2.5 million from the Democrats and they only gave Roland Martin $500,000? That will forever be. And then he's literally there last night. He's at Capitol. He's there in the gallery while Roland Martin and all these other folks are still outside. What has happened? Black-owned media, this dude's a TikToker. Come on, man. A sassy one at that. Loud cussing TikToker. But I guess that kind of makes sense now that what we see it from the. Keep going.
$20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created decarbonization of homes committee, headed up, and we know she's involved.
What does
Just
that
at the
even
last
mean?
moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City.
That you're hearing. You're not hearing this on the news now, are you? They ain't talking about this on these shows. Oh, he just lied and he just lied and he just lied. These are things he found. So when you start looking at the Democrats and why they don't want you to hear certain things, this is a lot of money we talking. But if you listen to the propaganda instead of listening to the actual facts of the money, then Donald Trump, oh, damn him. Oh, man, he's a terrible person. Oh, he's the worst human being that's ever walked the face of the earth. I mean, you could stay on that, or you could simply listen like, hey, man, there's a lot of ways you could have used this money in America. And like I said, where's $63 million at in evident in Colombia? Where? You can look all over YouTube and videos of people walking down the street. That ain't happening. There's no event space or school or campus. None of that's happening. And what does that even mean? Afro-Colombian empowerment. That sounds like a black person in office that designed some kind of way to siphon off money. This Doge situation with all of this money they're finding, it's sounding to me like there might be a slew of politicians that might need to be making their way toward a prison. This is a lot of money. And we're talking about spending money on things that you just made up and finding millions to give to it. But we ain't got no money for reparations. We got money to spend checking genders of fish in Thailand, but we don't have any money for you blacks. No, reparations would bankrupt the country. Take Zelensky's money and all of this, and you actually working on something. All of this could be going to America, even if you're not giving all of this. And I wouldn't imagine, give it all the reparations. Not saying that. But what I am saying is this is a lot of money that could be going to the American public. And if you can afford to spend that on the American public, then how much more would America's economy benefit from reparations, cash payments to foundational Black American freedmen? But you'd rather hear a bunch of money going out like this.
He's a real estate developer. He's done very well.
Obviously.
$250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving
Real
learning
quick for the
outcomes in
Zambia
Asia.
part. Who you think over there in Zambia getting that money? So when you Pan-Africanists talk all that divisive nonsense, why don't you talk to your leaders and figure out why are they getting so much money from America but not sharing the wealth with their people? Because you want us to join in with you, but those are your leaders. And they're getting plenty of cash from America. So before you run and cry to us, ask them, hey, man, where our share at? Where our cut? So you might want to be careful over there talking about where our cut at. But ask where your share is and get your portion. Yeah, you might be careful with that one over there too. But nonetheless, let's hear some more wasteful spending.
Asia's doing very well with learning. We know what we're doing. Should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by appreciated.
Social
His job, government office, has estimated annual fraud of over 500. We're also.
You haven't heard anybody address that part either. The $5 billion a year in fraud. But you're still getting taxed all the same. And we're talking about he's going to give tax breaks to his rich friends. What about all of this fraud? Yeah, I don't hear any Democrat rushing to say we need to be giving that back to the American public in the form of kicker checks. You're not hearing that. Nobody's rushing out to do that. Of course not. It's all a game.
So identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on.
See, there was the talk of Social Security. This is things that our seniors and they rely on. Guess what you didn't hear him say? He didn't say anything about cutting Social Security. He didn't say that. Hey, people, Democrats, before you run out and just saturate the airwaves with the same lie again, he said he's getting the fraud from the system because clearly there's fraud in the system. Now, here's one thing that he's going to go further into about that fraud that the Democrats and the talking heads, the shill media, is refusing to talk about.
Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not.
Millions of people well over the ages of 100, still getting paid out. Where is the money? Who knew about this fraud all of this time? See, realistically, this is why the Democrats is getting away from this conversation, because the reality of it is probably half the people that they over here cheering for are in lieu of these. Shoot, if they really come down with some financial crimes, the Democrat Party would be disarray. They wouldn't have enough people to show up for votes. They'd have to be having all kind of emergency referendums in their neck of the woods. Because what we're hearing is money laundering, man. So who's getting the money? Because there ain't no million people at 115 years old, man. No. 3-something million? Are you kidding? In America? Stop it. When everything they feed us to eat kills us. You mean to tell me that there's that many people living? Stop it. No. This isn't cutting Social Security. This isn't cutting Medicare. Who's this old getting this money? And to cut that off, who's hurting? Why are you complaining about cutting off this fraud? Isn't that kind of odd?
Quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129.
3.4. 120 and better. Getting checks. This is the ultimate in theft. This is the biggest theft in American history, man. There's no dope dealer to have ever pulled this type of crime off. No one ever. And what's so funny, this comes from under the administration that was so stringent with the dope laws that targeted foundational Black Americans. But you got $63 million to spend in Colombia. Kind of makes sense of where all the crack was coming from. Now he could cook it himself when you got that. Oh man, wow. What else did they find in the White House? Maybe they found some of that Colombian white, some of that chi-chi, that them ski slopes. Yeah, they found the narcotic off up in the White House. 63 million get you a whole lot of that narcotic from Colombia now, can't it? Especially when you got government planes that can go ahead and get it for you and go get it yourself. Gonna take Air Force One. Because remember how they said after a while, Hunter Biden was kind of running the show, him and Jill. So Hunter Biden, his crooked ways, 63 million for Afro-Colombian empowerment. I think that's kind of like one of those racist Biden jokes to even call it that. Antithesis, what's going on? Black First, Valdosta, Georgia in the house. What's going on, good brother? Sheesh.
3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages.
This isn't gutting Social Security. When you hear this, now see, this is why they didn't want their audience hearing it. Think of all those shills that was over there on Roland Martin. We're not going to listen to this lie because, yeah, this right here is reality. And you can't shame nobody past these figures, because where is this money going? These are checks that are being sent out and obviously cashed. Where is the money? Because there ain't nobody 140 years old living in America, man. Especially not in the tune of 1 million people. No.
Money is being paid to many of them.
Yes.
And we're searching right now.
Yes.
In fact, Pam.
Get them, Pam.
Good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159 and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old.
Well, Church of Black Power says, well, we know of one, Nancy Pelosi. She's 1,000,001 years old. So, however, she's not retired. She's still working. Oh man, yes, indeed. Yeah, she ain't retired yet. She's still living. She gonna die in her seat.
We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby.
Let me stop.
Including to finish in between 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age, more than 100 years older than our country.
Oh Lord. And that is the part, family, that of last night's speech that ain't nobody but New Black Media, the grassroots. Ain't no one else gonna play this for you but us. You only gonna hear it on these channels. So channels like myself and others that talk this real stuff. But this is the only place you can hear this. They avoid it like to play. Why? Because it's simply about the money. And the Democrats come in, no, man, he's a liar, pants on fire. He's a liar. I don't want to hear that. And then the whole spectacle they made, nobody even paid any attention to that. They were going to wear pink. So what they're doing, I noticed that pink thing last night. Let's see, is this? Hold on. Dressed in pink for Trump's what they call it? Trump's attack on women. That's what they were calling that. So they all came coordinated. They all look at Nancy Pelosi. You're trying to keep my teeth in. Gotta keep my teeth. Oh, and then all of this, the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment is not about illegal immigrants. And they sitting over here. See, so again, just pay attention to what they're actually co-signing. They are co-signing illegal immigrants, and they're using it under the guise of women. But those are all the white women, and white women overwhelmingly stood with their men. But this is a showing and an attempt, I believe, to rope back in those 92% women. The women that, with the 92% and saying, hey, white women chose their men. Don't come and ask us for nothing. So now they rolling out Jasmine Crockett, and she's going to be the voice of the 92, and she's going to unite the 92 with the rest of the women, and it's going to be her that's the glue, and so fraudulent, super fraudulent. Goodness.
Stories of the economic impact. We hear the stories of the economic impact. These are stories that are impacting all of us. It's not just women. Unfortunately, we had an opportunity to have a woman lead this country, and I promise you, she would have led us to the promised land. But instead, we got somebody that seems like he want to take us to hell and back again. But I'm trying to tell y'all that we, the women of the DWC, will not stand for that.
Well, then I guess you should have ran a better campaign or ran a better candidate. Having a woman is not the point. Having the woman is the necessity. A woman ain't doing nothing for nobody, but we need the woman for the job. No one has a problem with woman leadership as long as that woman is fit for the job. Kamala Harris, she's with her way there. Women that earn their way in the trenches around men, they have never had issues. It's the ones that don't. If you're going to make it on your back, then there's going to be a certain place for that. But for the women who are getting it, there's a great deal of effect there. Now, I can't stand seeing, like, and this is the old Negro squad, but still, the whole I gotta show out and I gotta let you know my mind. I gotta tell you what I'm thinking, and I'm gonna answer it with my propaganda. Any question you ask me, just ask a yes or no question. I'm gonna answer it because of Donald Trump and Elon Musk or the grifter in chief. A yes or no question. It does not need a speech. Y'all are politicians already voted in. We need you to get yourselves in there and do the bidding of the people. All of this grandstanding, I guess you're doing it for your base. However, 90 million Americans and around close to 90 million other Americans that voted for Trump. So 90 million that voted for Couch, 90 million voted for Trump. And the minority voted for Kamala. There are two biggest slices of the pie that for some reason the Democrats can't seem to wrap their minds around. Whatever they're doing has widely turned off almost all of America to you. But this is the antics we get. You could show grace in defeat, but all we are seeing is grown adults, and it's always the black ones out here doing the most, showing out like big children. So this dude has to get thrown out of the speech because he can't sit down and shut his mouth. I'm going to be on protest and all. That's fine. Other people have done it over the years. Cool. But here's the problem with this go around. This ain't like before. And when you're doing it as a black person, what are you so offended about? There's nothing happening to your constituents. Don't that 92% and the 77 or 82%, whatever, who voted, the black men that voted for Kamala, they fine. Ain't nothing wrong with him. So what are you upset at? Oh, well, it's Medicaid and you're cutting Medicaid. He's not, though. Well, it's the one proposed plan and this and that. See, they're using trick bag language when he just told you around the brass tacks of what they're doing. They are eliminating these frauds and what looks to be a money laundering scheme. And maybe people are because this is not about the American people. All of this fussing, this ain't about the American people. You don't give a crap about the American people like that. Come on. So this has to be about something a little more sinister.
So what were you shouting to the president?
The president said he had a mandate. And I was making it clear to the president that he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. I have people who are very fearful. These are poor people, and they have only Medicaid in their lives when it comes to their health care. And I want him to know that his budget calls for deep cuts in Medicaid. He needs to save Medicaid, protect it. We need to raise the cap on Social Security. There's a possibility that it's going to be hurt, and we got to protect Medicare. These are the safety net programs that people in my congressional district depend on. And this president seems to care less about them and more about the number of people that he can remove from the various programs that have been so helpful to so many people. It is the better
Y'all can hear it?
Who uses his incivility against our civility.
I guess not. Hold on. That's crazy. Wait a minute. What happened? Let me bring that back in. Y'all can still hear me though, right? Well, clearly I deserve myself. That's weird. All right, let's try it again. Okay, let's go back. Let me see. Can y'all hear him now?
That people in my congressional district depend on. And this president seems to care less about them and more about the number of people that he can remove from the various programs that have been so helpful.
Okay. No, you guys can't. I don't know what's going on there. That's weird. Y'all can hear all the other ones. You just can't hear this one. Well, so I guess to let you know what he's talking about. Basically, he's saying that there's a threat to Medicaid, the Medicare, and he kind of just this video can't hear. Okay, but so he's talking about the cuts to Medicaid and Medicare, and he's using that as his excuse for walking out. I don't think that was everybody else's reasoning why they walked out. But it seems what he's using. Yeah. Take that as what it is, man. So you know what I'm gonna do, because it seems like this is tripping. So let me get these last few videos queued up. Family, bear with me. This is looking like I'll have to just download this into Studio. Okay, I see what I got here. The talking heads. I'm going to visit some of the responses to the speech and that night, and then we will end with what happened today. But first, and family, if you're just now coming into this broadcast, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Like button. All right, we getting in here. Where's the first one? Where's you at? There we go. Come on in here. So, what's that? CNN? Kerman Winfield, thank you for the Cash App donation. I greatly appreciate that. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your support. Let's check out MSNBC. That's what this is, ain't CNN. MSNBC. They had their, I guess this might be, damn. I'm just now realizing the timing of them getting rid of Joy Reid. They got her out the paint before she could really, really mess up their relationship here. They got her out the paint. And for all of you other black talking heads, you better understand what you're dealing with. When you want to go out there like Jasmine Crockett is doing right now, and the white man and the white man is in the white man. That show is going to go for about all of the next week before they get her out the paint. They teach her that lesson. That's why the way she acting, it's like, okay, you are way too comfortable. Just made me think of her relationship with Alex Soros. Anyway, let's hear what MSC is talking.
Thank you, Simone.
Can we talk about it?
The bingo signs were killing me. I don't know who thought up the bingo signs, but they should be fired.
Michael, this is an indictment, in my opinion, on the Democratic leadership. I talked to a lot of members during they was texting. The staff were on my phone. And they were calling. And the Democratic leadership said they didn't want disruptions and they wanted people to attend and bring a guest and they wanted, little business as usual, and we're fighting back in other ways. There is a palpable disgust, as Claire said, from not just the members, but their constituents. And it's like a pot, as someone described it to me, that's boiling, and it's about to bubble over. If you do not allow the members a space to
Nancy Pelosi, Paige Nancy Pelosi. They're calling your number, gal. They are telling you they need some new blood in there. And you ain't cutting the mustard. Which I guess, we would already assume that anyway. But this is now NBC has gone out and they're saying that, maybe this ain't it. And the leadership of the Democrats is really failing now. And maybe they have no leadership in the who knows? It's just hard. In the meantime, Jasmine Crockett is just so oblivious to how she's being used. Jasmine Crockett, you ain't nothing but the glue on your wig to them. You are a time pacifier. And also, you're the voice of the sassy black to get sassy black women back on the team. And they know that you sassy because you'll get up there and you'll talk about, no white man talking about no tears and no oppression because ain't no white man on it. Lord. Turn it up all the way. We need you really, really black. I bet she goes back. How is that, George? Soros connection. You guys start wondering why the hell is she all around? Yeah, always remember that Soros connection with her. I'm saying. Yeah, the glue of her wig. That's all she here to pass the time. She'll last for a little minute, but not too long.
Emphasizing these fired federal workers, especially the veterans. Is that going to work for them, do you think?
No, it's not going to work for them because people see through it. They see the politicization of it. And I saw this for the first time back in the Enron days when they tried to pin the Republicans for the behavior of corporate America. If you look like you're doing it for political reasons, they will reject you. If you look like you do it for the health and safety and well-being of the American people, they will embrace you. These Democrats who proudly proclaim that they're the resistance, they're not helping their party. In fact, they're helping their party fail. They're causing the party to focus on the wrong issues, the wrong way. I hope the new senator from Michigan.
Now that's very interesting. That's very interesting. They're causing the party to fail. Now, you would never have heard that on mainstream media, although you've heard it right here, live and direct, from my own mouth, from this very microphone, from the grassroots, other voices of New Black Media. You have heard the same message. This is how y'all will lose. You've seen me tell a bunch of shills on X, this is exactly why y'all gonna lose. This is that you are harming your party. It is you, Democrat shield. If you are over here and it's cool to insult foundational Black Americans, that's the move. Well, you got the results you wanted. You wanted to be as disrespectful as you thought you could be to us. You presented us with a fake Black woman who ain't no more Black than Zoe Saldana. And she did the same thing that Zoe Saldana pulled a Kamala too. I'm Zoe Saldana. I'm not Kamala. I'm Kamala. Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris, Kamala. Then she got on and I'm Kamala. Say it, Kamala. Get my name right now. Oh, because that's the Indian pronunciation. So now you're being, and y'all wasn't even paying attention to her Indian pivot. It started with her name. This whole Black sister girl routine. These folks, boy, our people, boy, are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And unfortunately, a lot of it is self-induced and willful ignorance.
Lisa Slotkin, she's not one of those Democrats. And so I'm going to be listening to her language, her messaging at the end of the State of the Union, because that will tell me whether Democrats really not just understand.
Oh, really? You were betting it on her, huh? Huh. You wanted to know how she was going to bring it different, huh? This one here? Let's see. See if we're getting a different town. Senator or whatever. Okay. Oh, it is. Oh, she must be way down the way.
And cars. And start a trade war that will hurt manufacturing and farmers. Your premiums and the math on his proposals doesn't work without going after your health care. Meanwhile, for those keeping score, the national debt is going up, not down. And if he's not careful, he could walk us right into a recession. And one more thing. In order to pay for his plan, he could very well come after your retirement, the Social Security, Medicare, and VA benefits you worked your whole life to earn. The president claims he won't, but Elon Musk just called Social Security the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time. While we're on this. But
I just played to you why Did I not? See what they did? They tried to do a little slick sleight of hand. And that's why I want to make sure I played for you the money. Because they're going to do all of this. See, what he doesn't understand is how he's going to cut this. And what the general people don't understand is how he's going to cut that. No, he's not. He's cutting about $15 billion of payments that should never have been going out. Because there's nobody in America that is 300 years old. There's nobody in America that's 200 years old. There's nobody in America who is 860. But somebody's been collecting money for that. Don't you think somebody needs to figure out where that money was belonging to? And somebody might need to be going to jail. Sound like grand larceny. I mean, remember they threw Mac Dre in jail for being associated with bank robbers. $200 and something thousand. Boy, you throwing folks in jail. Oh, yep, bank robbers. We're talking about millions of people getting paid Social Security checks every month. That is obviously going out because, see, here's the thing. If it was a check that wasn't ever cashed, that would have came back to them a lot quicker than now. How do you know? Because now the check is timing out. Checks have a life of what? 90 days generally. So that means that these checks are getting cashed and deposited somewhere. Where? Who knows? How? But the fact of the matter is, all that money has went somewhere. So she just turned around and lied to y'all.
Subject of Elon Musk. Is there anyone in America who is comfortable in his fields using their own computer servers to poke through your tax returns, your
He's
health
not doing
information,
that
and your bank accounts?
Because they can't. Social Security doesn't have access to bank accounts. Bank accounts? What? Bank accounts? How is a private organization to where you have your bank, what a bank is? But now Elon Musk, because of Doge, can look at our bank accounts? Through what? You realize that the IRS and Social Security is not the Federal Reserve, right? And the Federal Reserve has their own account. See, this is right up my alley. I'm a banker. So been an international banker since I was fresh out of high school. What are we talking about? That's not how money works. It's not how it works at all. The hell are you talking about? If that was the case, then they damn sure should have known before I told y'all that certain places had these ledgers and the slave ledgers still existed. If you realize they don't talk that mess no more. Slavery was so long ago, nobody can figure out nothing. And all I had to do was say, yep, and then all of a sudden they came out there. You see Joyce Beatty, where's Fargo? Give us those ledgers. That information comes from no one else other than myself. And it makes it all the way to Capitol Hill. Well, these dummies out here. Here's another thing, too. Some of y'all people who, especially the ones who grew up around me, you do realize it's your relationship or association with me that got you your position. That's another thing. Some things are gifts and curses. But hey, you know what? You still got to be you.
No oversight, no protections against cyber attack, no guardrails on what they do with your private data. We need a more efficient government. You want to cut waste? I'll help you do it. But change doesn't need to be chaotic or make us less safe. The mindless firing of people who work to protect our nuclear weapons, keep our planes from crashing, and conduct the
I don't keep planes from crashing. I mean, they had jobs. We had a whole white man up here and plane here because he took some mushrooms and got in the cockpit with his buddies and damn near killed everybody on the plane because he wanted to open the door. And then they let him go and no charges, no harm, no foul. He's not even paying a fine or fired from his airline pilot job. But, you know, he was shrooming and almost opened the plane opened the door mid-flight. And they had to land the plane emergency and they got him out of here. But yeah, no, he was just on drugs. No harm, no foul. Welcome to America, folks. Whew. This is brutal. You know what? I think I've heard enough of her. I think I've heard enough of her. We get it. We get it. He's going to doze it up and doze and cut this. So we ain't going to actually tell you what they're doing, but we going to go ahead and tell you like it's Doge. Doge did it. Doge did it.
Hey, friends.
Here's
Congressman
another one.
Lee here. So Donald Trump is coming tonight to do his State of the Union address. But let's be honest. We don't need to hear what he thinks the State of the Union is because you all can see what the State of the Union is. So this is just your friendly reminder to not listen to what they say, but to watch what they do. Action speaks louder than words. So they say they're unleashing America's workforce, but they're firing thousands of federal workers. They say they're cutting costs, but they're just freezing funds for things like cancer research and cutting back on vital programs like Medicaid and Social Security. Your government is not more efficient. Your government is a national security threat right now. Your MAGA-run government is tanking our economy. Jobs are getting harder while billionaires get richer. So remember, it's not what they say, it's what they do.
Billionaire friends getting richer. Or billionaire friends getting richer and making you take their medicine. All of this billionaire friend talk, you mean like Bill Gates? Anthony? George Soros? But hey, Black America, you have fallen in love with, and of course, not you guys, but fall in love. This is for all you Democrats. You've fallen in love with the idea of your own ethnocide or genocide because you support eugenics. You guys love the spirit of Margaret Sanger. Realize her nephew is the game-making medicine man that gave you your medicine. And Joe Biden said, you gonna take this medicine or you ain't gonna get no work. And then we have a whole bunch of church folks like O'Brien and others telling your members, and because that's what the church does. This is why another reason I believe the Black church is losing a lot of its steam, because never forget their part to play in that. So the Black church got a lot to answer for. You, number one, participated in mass incarceration co-sign with Bill Clinton, which is Joe Biden's bill. How on earth can we actually sit up here and talk about Joe Biden in a positive light when this dude co-wrote a bill with Strom Thurmond that affected Black people? And then you want to tell me about how much Donald Trump is Hitler? Donald Trump's a Nazi. Donald Trump's a Nazi. But here comes Ukraine crying again. Oh, let's kiss Zelensky's ass. What is wrong with these people? I mean, I'm telling y'all, it's a lot of y'all out there that really they just mainline lead in your diet. It's like y'all been raised on turpentine. There is no good common sense. And then it's all emotional. Like, oh my God, so let's go the bully in chief and bully in chief. Ladies, sometimes men need to let another man know that this is where you at and where you stand in. And maybe things could get physical if you get out of line. That's just nature. You're not losing. However, things have gotten so soft because they want to take the manhood out the man. And it started buying into the minds of a lot of what are these non-melanated alphabet ladies seem to think. And then that ends up being brought into our community. You see who all is up there upset about DEI? Once Black women finally figured out to stop being the face, and maybe it took for them to go through this last election to actually sit their ass down and let these white women come out for themselves and show themselves. It's time for y'all to stop being the buffer for everybody else's cause. Oh man, you know, they've been they've been raw basing lead paint on Sundays. Man, straight up. I mean, but again, to even sit in that, and again, I'm raised in church, so let's be clear. But I mean, those of my generation who was raised in the church, most of us ain't really in the church like that. Why? Because a lot of we know these dudes. They finna be up under this weirdo, especially not no dude who is so much weak to even be able to hang around. But it's pastors that's running around these days. These dudes got more long S's on they in their mouths there. Ain't no pastor supposed to be talking with long S's. Don't let me see y'all using that now. Now, if you see somebody out there, they popping saying it up on TV, don't like I said, you know where it came from. It couldn't have. Oh, it did. Out there with the long S's. So moving on to today. Moving to today. Or no. Are we finished or are we done? No. But one thing the Democrats is most definitely going to understand they need to learn how to do is put some respect on our names.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All of the mayors here today. Represent. You all have blood on your hands. I'm going to ask a series of yes or no questions today, and I would like to remind all of you, you are under oath. I only want a yes or a no to my questions. My first question, do you acknowledge breaking into our country is a crime? Mayor Adams, yes or no? Do you acknowledge breaking into our country is a crime?
I acknowledge.
Yes or no?
I acknowledge.
Okay, Honorable Johnson, he's not going to answer the question. Yes or no? Is breaking into our country against the law? Yes or no?
Depends how you cross the border.
Okay,
Some folks
Mayor
have
Johnson,
status.
yes or no?
Comprehensive immigration
not an
reform
answer.
policies
Mayor
are what's
Wu?
necessary in this
Mayor Wu,
moment.
do you have a better answer than these gentlemen before you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, do you believe it's acceptable for illegals who commit heinous crimes be released back into the public instead of being detained and deported? Mayor Adams, yes or no?
Anyone break a crime?
Yes or no? This is not hard. Yes or no?
Anyone that break a crime should be detained.
Okay, Mayor, yes or no?
They should be deported.
Okay, Mayor.
Any individual that
Yes or
causes
no?
harm
Yes or
and
no?
breaks
Okay,
the
Mayor
law
Wu.
should be held accountable.
This is why you have 6% approval rating, because you suck at answering questions. Mayor Wu? Yes. No.
Anyone who's a public safety threat should be prosecuted.
All right, I have my next question. When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? Mayor Adams, yes or no?
Can we say that question again?
Okay, Mayor Johnston. When an illegal alien...
I love it. I love it. And maybe I'm just old, but I just love straightforward conversation. Either you make sense or you don't. All these other antics, I'm gonna mill him out and talk around it. No, man. This is a real proceeding. You got to be an adult now. Talk like one. Man, I mean, boy, to be a Democrat, you have to go against everything you must morally feel is right. So much so that you start sounding like a child. Because these people this is not the sound of an adult. You can answer the question with a yes or no. That's why she prefaced it that way. And every last one of them has to give some kind of soliloquy to set up their answer. It is simple. Yes or no. Anything else denotes a dishonest answer. Democrats, learn from that, please. You can't pull Kamala Harris. Next question. Come on now.
And rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? Yes or no?
I will charge and prosecute them.
Yes or no? Okay, well, okay. You said you would go to jail, didn't you?
I will
For
charge.
harboring illegal aliens or something, Mayor Johnson?
Could you repeat your question, please?
When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history?
Could you clarify that question?
Okay, Mayor Wu, yes or no?
No, rape is obviously
Then
horrible.
why are you letting rapists back out on the streets of Boston?
That is not true. That is
Okay.
not what's happening in
When
Boston.
an illegal alien molests a kid, molests an underage kid, do you pat yourself on the back for being compassionate? Mayor Adams?
It's despicable and he should be arrested.
Mayor Johnson?
I prosecute folks that commit crimes like that.
You guys let him out on the streets. Mayor Johnson?
We arrest violent criminals in the city of Chicago.
Mayor Wu?
We investigate, arrest, and prosecute.
You guys don't sound very confident today. Would your city honor an ICE detainer on an illegal alien if one...
On the detainers.
Mayor Johnson?
If there's a criminal warrant, we'll help them pick them up. If there's no criminal warrant, we'll honor a notification request.
Mayor Johnson?
Criminal warrants, we always cooperate with federal agents with a criminal warrant.
Mayor Wu?
Get a criminal warrant, we will enforce.
A criminal warrant.
Ain't what
I'm
she asked
talking
you.
about an ICE detainer on an individual who's here illegal who rapes kids.
You see how they just sidestep the actual question? This is the type of thing I'm talking about. Democrats, you are going to have to be a lot better at owning your position. And when you own your position, it has to actually exist. So you can't, well, in a matter of speaking, and when you think about it like this, no, none of that is going to work no more. I'm so glad of that. Because this is kind of the environment that we have been in is one that I don't prefer, because nothing is just straight up. especially with these Democrats. Everything has some weird ass nuance. There's no lockdown of nothing. Anything they don't like, they shame. And then they can't actually tell you how what they don't like is bringing harm. And I'm man, just to hear a question and then watch how it's actually answered or not. I love it. For me, I love it. We're back to, because now you can get things done. All that other performative crap, you ain't trying to fix nothing. You're not trying to get nothing done. What the Democrats right now are doing are very cliquish. And it looks like high school, you got served. What's the other one with Gabrielle Union in the little cheerleading movie? What's that cheerleading movie? It reminds me of that, like you in competition. No, you're politicians supposed to be working for the American people, not your team.
Do you all hate Donald Trump more than you love your country, Mayor Adams?
I respect my president. I respect my
Yes
country,
or no? You're having the hardest time today. Mayor Johnston?
I love my country.
Yes or no?
I love my country.
Okay. Mayor Johnson?
As the son of a pastor, I love everyone and this country.
Mayor Will?
I love my country and my city.
Do you all, are you all willing to go to jail for violating federal law? Mayor Adams?
I'm not going to violate federal law, so I don't have to worry about that.
Mayor Johnston?
We don't violate federal law either.
You don't violate federal law.
We do not violate federal
Is it
law.
violating federal law if you don't honor the request from ICE?
Absolutely not. In fact, the statute Congressman Biggs shared, we explicitly follow. The statute says you cannot prohibit city employees from sharing information about someone's status with the government. We do not prohibit that.
Do you love illegal aliens more than you love your fellow countrymen?
I love all the residents of the city and county.
Mayor Johnston, are you willing to go to jail for violating federal law?
The city of Chicago complies with all laws.
Oh, I highly doubt that. Mayor Wu?
We are not violating federal law.
Mayor Wu, I have a last couple questions for you. Do you believe that ICE arresting a child rapist, quote, threatens everyone's safety, end quote? Yes or no?
No.
Does ICE arresting a murderous MS-13 gang member threaten everyone's safety? Yes or no?
No.
I would like to hold up this quote of you where you say ICE's efforts actually threaten the safety of everyone, end quote, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu. You're a hypocrite. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
Here's the problem you're having, Democrats. These people are showing up with loaded guns. Y'all got to figure something out. And maybe it's some changing and rearranging that needs to take place. But look at the error of your ways. This has been a disaster and you suck. There's nothing good about these policies. You can't keep repeating the same nothing and expecting it to be something out of nowhere. And then it's not materializing out to what? Well, this is what he said. Like, so he's going to read it out this way. He took his answer recognized very quickly. You better make. Now, you mean to tell me Kamala Harris would have actually been able to punk Zelensky into taking his ass over there and realizing it's time for peace? I'm going to stop spending your taxpayers' money on my war. You really mean to tell me she would have done that? No, he would have left out of here with a big ass bag with all of you idiots telling why we need to keep supporting Ukraine. Counterproductive as hell. Just out here warmongering all of a sudden. I remember when it was the Republicans and George Bush and Cheney. Subsequently enough, Dick Cheney, Mr. Warmonger himself, his daughter endorses Kamala Harris, and it all of a sudden made sense. Well, I guess it does make sense for them because obviously they have the same investments. But you start looking around the people who was around Kamala Harris, Black Rock and Black Stone. Hoarders, real estate hoarders, making money off of people's miseries and losses. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right because she can. And just like that, Michelle Wu, she's a liar and a hypocrite. But there's more, family, and I just wanted to take my time. That's why we went live tonight. I wanted to take my time with this. There's got more before we get out of here, but I felt that we need to really just watch this and go through some of these things.
On the Oversight Committee,
well,
we've been talking about illegal immigration and oversight the entire time. I remember we had a group of this committee that went down to the El Paso section of the border. This was back in February, March of 2021. And during that time period, we were at one of the holding centers, and there were these buses that were coming to the detention facility, and they were picking up 30 kids, 50 kids at random, walking out of the facility. And when I went over to question the bus driver that was transporting these kids, border agents told me as a member of Congress that you're not allowed to question the bus driver. And of course, people knowing me, I didn't take no for an answer. And I repeated the question. And I was told that this bus of children was leaving El Paso and going to San Diego. And so what was occurring under the Biden administration is that they were busing unaccompanied minors all across the United States for one reason and one reason only. And that was because they did not want the press to see the pictures of kids in cages. They did not want to see our borders being overrun. They wanted to disperse that problem all through the states.
We're going to make some Democrats upset tonight. Not because I'm a Republican, but because I'm sick of my people being used and abused by the damn Democrats. And for all Americans, can you see what this last administration has done? This has probably been one of the most selfish administrations in modern history. This is ridiculous.
That is the reckless history of illegal immigration under Joe Biden and the Democrat Party.
Wow.
Mayor Johnston of Denver, you lamented earlier that there were 10 to 11 buses coming per day to your city. Did you ever talk to Joe Biden about why this was happening to your community?
Thank you, Congressman. I both reached out to Governor Abbott from Texas. He didn't respond, and I did.
Why would you reach out to Governor Abbott of Texas when it is Joe Biden, the former commander-in-chief, that opened up our borders? Why didn't you talk to him?
Well, our bus.
Now, see, I love this. I absolutely love this. See, the time of real talk is back. You don't like it? I get it. But actually having to talk in back and forth banter with real true facts, not speculative, not the what ifs, not what could be's, and the if this and if that, and this person's that, and they want to do all of this, and the end of the world is coming tomorrow. Nah, just simple. Is this the case? Yes or no? I love it, man.
Buses directly were being sent from Governor Abbott in Texas. So that was why we reached out to say, we're happy to collaborate on a coordinated entry system. We understand no one state or no one city should bear the entire brunt of this, but let's collaborate. But I did
because Governor DeSantis went out of their states who were bearing the brunt of what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were doing, and they've sent them to Denver, they sent them to Chicago, they sent them to New York, they sent them to Martha's Vineyard. The reason why they did that is because you four could hide behind the realities of illegal immigration on border towns all through our country country and on city-states who did not want legal immigration, but did not have the political representation to go to the White House. And only when it showed up on your doorstep did you get upset. Mayor Johnston, coming back to you, how much illegal immigration? Do you have a round number?
Over the last couple of years on all newcomers, whatever their status was, it's around 79 million since 2022.
79 million. Mayor Johnson, Chicago. How much has the city of Chicago spent on illegal immigration?
Listen.
If you're referring to the 2022 up to 2024 of the buses coming from Texas, roughly the same percentage of the state of Texas, about 1% of our overall budget.
What is that? Because I don't have the city's budget in front of me. Numbers.
It's 1%. And if you want the actual calculation, we can make sure someone.
You're the mayor. You don't have the math in front of you.
It's 1% of the overall budget over the last.
That's why you're failing. Mayor, how much is actually spent on illegal immigration? Mayor Johnson, I already asked you. You don't have a hard number. If you don't have a hard number, you're not running your city well. Mayor Adams, how much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
6.9 billion of taxpayers.
$6.9 billion of taxpayer money on a problem that was fostered on the American people. Mayor Wu, in the city of Boston, how much did you spend?
We don't ask about immigration status and delivering city
You don't
services,
ask
so
about
we
how
don't
much
have
money
that
the city
number.
of Boston has spent on illegal immigration.
We
Are you
don't
out of your
distinguish
mind?
between immigration status.
Do you
as
manage
part
your
of our
budget
city
or not,
policies.
Mayor Wu?
That is how we keep
Mayor
our city
Wu, do
safe.
you manage
We
your
have
budget or
the
not?
numbers to prove it. I manage my budget. I have a AAA bond rating dating back 10 years.
So to the city of
budget.
Boston, just understand that your mayor does not care how much of your resources she has spent on people who are not citizens
The city of
the city
Boston
of
is sick
Boston.
of having people
reclaiming my
outside
time.
Boston
Mr.
telling
Beer,
us
Mayor, I have a question for you. I understand Carol's perspective standard of actually having the United States. Generally speaking,
we support immigration to legal.
Some of the great libertarians of the modern era, Milton Friedman famously said, you can either have open borders or a welfare state, but you have to choose. Mr. Beer, what do you choose?
Milton Friedman said he wanted to allow illegal immigration to continue. I disagree with Milton Friedman's position on that. We should have legal immigration and build a wall around the welfare state, not around the country. That's in the best interest of taxpayers.
And I would argue that under the current system where you have sanctuary cities popping up, it is not possible to build that wall. So America has to choose, Mr. Beer, you're done. America has to choose between securing our nation or protecting the taxpayer. I choose secure the nation. I yield back.
Gentlemen, you.
That's done. That is the question of the evening. As it would appear, these Democrats is getting washed. There's an old white lady. She comes in with some questions. See if this is, make sure this is the right one here.
Mayor Johnson, in the last 4 years, how much has Chicago spent on care for illegal aliens?
Thank you for that question, Congresswoman. So since 2022, since the governor of Texas began
Just
shipping.
tell me a number. I don't need to speak. Just tell me a number.
So since 2022, since the governor, roughly 1% of the city's budget over the course of 4 years.
That means what?
Mayor Johnston, the same question, and I don't need a speech, just a number.
Thank you, Dr. Congresswoman. Thank you, Congresswoman. It's 79 million over the last 2.5 years.
Mayor Adams, same question. How much has New York spent to care for illegal aliens?
Approximately $6.9 billion went out of our tax.
Mayor Wu, same question. How much has Boston to care for illegal aliens in the last 4 years?
we do not ask about immigration status and giving city services and providing that access, so we do not have a number.
Taxpayers have been bearing the brunt of the massive wave of illegal aliens who've entered the United States. The Biden administration seemingly declared taxpayers and hardworking Americans collateral damage in the pursuit of open borders. Again, Mayor Johnson, are NGOs providing services to illegal aliens in Chicago?
In accordance with the Welcoming City Ordinance, our sister agencies or city departments, we do not seek the status of any individual that is seeking service.
Mayor Johnston, are NGOs providing services to illegal aliens in Denver?
Thank you, ma'am. When folks arrive on the streets without food or resources or shelter, we do provide food
What
or shelter regardless of where folks
cowardly
arrive
answers.
from.
Mayor
You know
Adams,
you're
same
giving them.
question.
You know you're doing it.
Yes, in combination of city agencies and nonprofits, we responded to asylum seekers, humanitarian status.
And I assume you don't know their status, but do you know if there are NGOs are providing services to people arriving in your city without any kind of documentation?
There are community organizations, many of them in Boston, who seek to serve all of our Boston residents.
Congress must provide oversight and ensure accountability
Residents,
for
not
taxpayer funds going to NGOs. Agents from Customs and Border Protection have been outspoken in opposition to allowing NGOs to assist illegal aliens in subversion of law and order. When asked if NGOs are working at cross purposes to the mission of Border Patrol agents, the chief of the National Border Patrol Council said, quote, most definitely, and they should not be allowed, but our government allows it, end quote. NGOs receiving taxpayer funding through grants pay for everything from food, shelter, and transportation to legal services that help the migrants traverse Mexico. That is why I introduced H.R. 245, the Grant Integrity and Border Security Act. This bill would require all NGOs who apply for a federal grant to certify as part of their application that they have not, will not, and are not engaging in acts that violate federal immigration law. If NGOs continue violating our immigration laws, then my bill would ensure that no federal funds can ever go to the violators. It's time to pass this bill, ensure accountability, and secure our cities and the border. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. Chair conducts Ms. Brown.
Agree. She came through with it too. Oh, they came through. Cut their ass, didn't she? Yeah. Now, I guess it's only fair that I do give you a couple Democrat responses. Don't know how these they're going to change what you've heard. Or actually, by now, it just might be a little bit annoying.
Without objection, so ordered. We put it in the record.
I have an internet.
You have what?
Mr. Chair, can I have several articles. I need to enter them. Let me just go ahead with what the articles are.
What's the next article?
Let me proceed. Data from Texas shows that U.S.-born Americans commit more
we're not going to put up with it.
This is my procedural right as a member of this committee.
You can go.
You
can go with Mr. Frost and Mr. Green.
I'm reclaiming my time.
That's what you want. No. Ms. Presley, I have been very accommodating to you. Mr. Superman.
And I take particular umbrage as a survivor of sexual violence. I will enter into the record. This is my right. Thank you.
No. It is Mr. Subramaniam.
Mr. Chair?
No. You the process of you
unhinged, uncontrolled, out of control. Let me with this in the issue, but let me say something here. But you know, that's Ayanna Presley for you. And I guess it would only be fitting to close out the night with our favorite sassy girl, the newest actress on the field,
to touch
Jasmine
on
Crockett.
something because I know that many of you prepared for today's hearing by making that you got a little bit of information about immigrants and crime in each of the mayors. Just yes or no. Have any of you been made aware of any immigrant that has had 34 felony convictions that has still been able to roam around in your cities? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
34 felony convictions.
No,
from the
Congresswoman.
immigrants. Anybody?
I'm not aware.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm just curious because we are so concerned about crime. And I know that my Republican colleagues would never want anybody with 34 felony convictions roaming around because that could be a danger to the community. But I will move on. The Republican.
Well, 34 felonies, and so you got a conviction and a sentencing. He's been sentenced. Why are you now criminal shaming? Are we going to record shame now? Is that what we're doing? Donald Trump was convicted, and then he was sentenced. Looks like the justice was served. He's gave it his time. He's being a contributing person in society, not breaking any laws. Man, to keep bringing it, I don't think you would want any other person out here that got released and given their time and they've been all the rigmarole. I don't think anybody wants to hear you bringing up their felonies. That's record shaming, Jasmine. You record shame now? I mean, there's brother coming out of prison every day. We're going to start, man, you had all these felonies. It ain't safe on the street. That sounds a little weird now, doesn't it? But in the conversation of a bunch of illegals, let's just make it clear. And for Ayanna Presley, one thing about your question, which was kind of stupid, and also Jasmine Crockett, how many people go under the radar of the law in the first place? How many of these people on terrorist watch lists actually came into this country? Do we still know where they are now? No, we don't, because they released them. There's already been hearings on that. This is public record. But see, this is now my other issue with the Democrats. They play on y'all's political ignorance. And the fact that a lot of y'all aren't watching what's going on consistently like some of us are. So they will put stuff out there, see if no one is like, oh, no one's pushing back. Okay, let's push this message out here. Because maybe not enough people have educated themselves in that space. However, we are way more politically astute now, and we know who the players are. There are many levels, of course, we know to this, but at the end of the day, who is sitting up here going to spend all their time worrying about a man that only has 4 more years in office? This is it. You actually have to worry about J.D. Vance. And realistically, with this presidency, you had Democrats, you have a very hard go of it trying to topple J.D. Vance. There's no one. Like, at least with I guess that would have been John Kerry. You were close, but you had an Obama in the wings, getting ready and prepared. And he would not have to take on the incumbent. Now, here is another scenario, Democrats, to where you're almost in that position again. Only problem for you is your house is in absolute disorder and chaos. You have elderly leadership who actually is responsible for sending you in a tailspin. From your president to Nancy Pelosi to all of those other old heads up there, stop organizing, Jim Clyburn, all of these people are killing you. If you want a future, you have to retire your old heads. This is a new day, and we aren't fooling with them people. Look at it like this. My generation, we the new old heads. Y'all better figure it out. If you don't, you're going to get the real quick, harsh, but yet valuable lesson that Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. And we gonna let it fall while we rise. Can you dig it? Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for hanging out with me this evening. Like I said, I knew this would be a longer broadcast, so I wanted to make sure I just went live tonight. So this will probably be the only, well, this is going to be the only live of the week. All the other videos will be the tape delay or premieres. But I wanted to make sure we got this one in and chopped it up with the fam tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you for everybody on X watching. Make sure you come over here to the Beatzilla YouTube, Beatzilla PDX official YouTube channel, and subscribe here if you have not already done so. If you're over here on YouTube watching and you've not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on over here and subscribe, man, so you don't miss anything. Hit that notification bell. Hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded. And hey, by the way, were you aware that I also have another channel? It is called Zilla Perspectives. Make sure you follow Zilla Perspectives. Looks like we have a little bit of a different audience over there as well, because we're talking about kind of more non-political stuff over there. So go follow that page. Go subscribe. Zilla Perspectives. And, go check out the content that's already over there. There's content. If you have not already subscribed to that channel, then you haven't seen what I've already put over there. So go check those videos out. Go check that content out. Salute to everybody, all of y'all that have already subscribed to that channel. I appreciate it. Let's build that one up too. So with that being said, man, these people here, I want to know about what y'all got to say, especially the replay game. Let me know in the comments after what you've seen tonight. How do the Democrats recover? Because now they could either be blind and think that what just happened isn't damaging. I would hope they don't take that position. But they really do need to understand that not doing anything over here is going to be getting nothing done for them on their end. So either put up or shut up. One thing I will say, though, in the midst of all of this that's going on, the America was built by dreamers line has absolutely died on the vine. And I'm glad about that. Super duper glad about that. And there's a lot of people who can't accept that. Well, it's what it is. Sorry. But we know the truth over here. If you're not covered by what we are, which we are foundational Black Americans, we can't be deported. There's so many people out here that they have gotten all of this money coming over here talking crazy to us, undermining us. Have y'all seen a multitude of tether spaces these days? I know I haven't. Dr. Cobbles doesn't send me any spaces anymore. I don't see any Miss Djiboutis anymore. I don't see these people running around the internet looking to talk crazy to Black Americans anymore. What happened? Could it be this? That somebody told them, oh, just you wait and see. January 21st, 2025 is your special day. And over here at the Beatzilla PDX official show channel, we tell you, hashtag fire up.
Happy birthday, we're celebrating you today. Like Dr. King holiday, we ain't gonna do any work today. Happy birthday today. It's your beautiful day, and we gonna party all day like it's a freaking holiday.
Yeah, I might be like, man, you wrong for that, man. What's wrong with you? We all one, and we gotta love one another. Absolutely not. So, those of us over here in the grassroots, we have been telling y'all for a long time, your antics, the Democrat antics, are not going to cut it. Showings like this is no longer going to work, but at least he got $2.5 million out the deal.
How about that? It's zero. And I know people gonna feel away. Listen, all I do is give y'all facts. So you come back to me when you don't get that check and say, Jasmine, you were right. Just like y'all want to get out there and say all kinds of, other stuff. But come back, because you're getting zero. I know these people. I work with these people. These people is not about this life, and they don't care about you.
This woman has only been in office for a few years. She's a rookie. And even more so, she obviously has been very sheltered away from the supremacist sector of how they actually operate. So she still thinks she's moving in a certain space until they show her where she's actually really moving. And they pull the wool over her own eyes. But I guess ignorance is bliss. And some of you dum-dums might be like, oh no, Jasmine Crockett is the real deal. She's an actress. And she's willing to sell Black America up the river, just like all those other people over there in the Congressional Black Caucus. And all of that big stunt last night that all of those idiot Negroes did with Roland Martin, we're going to turn our backs on the speech. What kind of productivity is in that, ignorant? That's just silly. No, these politicians need to have their ass to the grindstone working it out for the American public. You didn't get your way. It's not time to throw a temper tantrum. I'm sick and tired of seeing Black faces in the front of all of this Democratic BS that ain't helping Black America. So to all of that, you Black folks that have been ignoring Black issues, but now all of a sudden are trying to talk super duper Black in the midst of Donald Trump. For the last few freaking years, you guys sat up there under this guy that told y'all, look, America is doomed. Not just because of you, niggas, but because it's going to be a few more whites, and we're going to be able to control you niggas. You're going to have to learn how to get with the Mexicans, and they're going to run you too. And y'all been cool on that, and then you got Al Sharpton coming around telling us he was very receptive to the meeting. He understands our demands, talking for Black America. Every last one of you guys get a lifetime supply of Sambo salt. Sambo. Now, you may have a problem or a brain defect like stupid Luke, or maybe just a I don't know where to get attention from type shield like Plies, and you don't know, you think what we're telling you is, man, It's bad information. The Democrats really be helping black people. They don't. But I understand you still believe they do. And we're too harsh over here for these folks. And man, maybe we need to put our issues on the back burner for Zelensky. Maybe we need to put our issues on the back burner for the Nazis over there in Ukraine. Maybe we need to put ourselves on the back burner for Benjamin Netanyahu. If you believe that stupid shit, well, I speak for myself, Beatzilla PDX official, the Beatzilla PDX official show, those of you in the chat, the grassroots, and the voices of new black media. I know I'm safe to say I speak for all parties involved when we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed. And always, you got to understand where the tethers is coming from, because the Super Bowl kind of put them all on notice, and they know that, damn, ain't no coming back. It ain't. Why?
It's a cultural divide. I'm going to get it on the floor.
You really got to do it.
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
Hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Before we get out of here real quick, let me go ahead and shout my members out before we get out of here. So we have DJ B-Side 1965. We have Afro Troop TV, Bob, Hurricane IQ, Cyberdyne 100, Project Leroy, Kira Clark, Phantom Beat, Sonia Celeb Lookalike, Ayo God, The Church of Black Power, Lady Effa, Crew Reality FBA, Grand Negus, Rhonda Smith, Roslyn, Lady E, Barbara Banks, Breeze Omega, Black Voltron Reloaded, Sybil, I Am Kiera, We Next, aka Dark Skin Brother, Anya Moore, Deneen Soul, Dark Skin Brother again, Go Mac, Simply Sandra, Cult Like Personality, Antithesis, Judah Yisrael, Keith Prince, Faith Speaks Life, and Black Spider. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, thank all of my members. Salute to y'all. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting this channel. Again, make sure you hit that like button. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket by supporting this channel, you can do so at CashApp, $beatzillapdx. And we also have PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. With that being said, family, I think we had a good one this evening. Thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I think we had a good discussion this evening. Thanks to Church Black Power and Kid Gravity for coming up and chiming in real quick. And with that being said, y'all stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Have a blessed evening.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.